DeLuca, staff photographer Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Dez Bryant, 88, appears to catch a critical fourth-quarter pass over Green Bay Packers cornerback Sam Shields, 37, but the pass was ruled incomplete when Bryant failed to maintain control when he hit the ground, during the Dallas Cowboys vs. the Green Bay Packers NFL football game at Lambeau Field in Green Bay on Sunday, January 11, 2015. DeLuca, The Dallas Morning News, Scottsdale, Arizona. The argument isn't new. A variation of it made the rounds 5 years ago before the NFL gradually and grudgingly conceded that Dez Bryant caught it. Stephen Jones was one of the first to advance the theory. The Cowboys' executive vice president said if the majority of fans watching a game in a bar believe a receiver caught the ball and the officials rule he didn't, the league has a problem. Jason Garrett didn't drop a room full of billionaires into a bar when he addressed the owners during a general session earlier this week. But he did stress that the NFL's integrity and credibility was at stake if it didn't address the egregious non-call that took place near the end of the NFC Championship game between New Orleans and the LA Rams. That was part of Jason's speech, if you will, Jones said. Here we had a great football game, an epic football game. Everybody enjoyed it. But when it's over, rather than talk about how great the game was, everybody was talking about if the wrong team was in the Super Bowl or not in the call. You don't want that to be the focus of the storyline of a great football game. The purpose here isn't to portray the Cowboys as the driving force behind a replay review system that will now allow challenges for offensive and defensive pass interference, even on non-calls. The final 31-1 vote illustrates the depth and strength of the consensus on this issue. General managers and coaches from virtually every team made their opinions known in the room. But Jones is a member of the competition committee that helped draft the last-minute proposal that won overwhelming support. When Garrett wasn't making his pitch to the owners, he was seen on several occasions talking to New Orleans coach Sean Payton in the lobby and hallways of the Biltmore Hotel. Payton and the Saints spearheaded this effort in the wake of a 26-23 loss when Rams cornerback nickel Roby Coleman drilled receiver Tommy Lee Lewis before the ball arrived and nothing was called. But Jones and Garrett helped shape and articulate the argument leading up to Tuesday's vote. Payton, who spoke afterward of how there was an owe-it-to-the-game responsibility, went as far as to give Garrett a dilly-dilly for his presentation to the owners. It's hard to argue with anything he said, Jones said of the Cowboys head coach. It was well done. Jason has always done a great job of being able to verbalize what a lot of people feel. I think he certainly did a great job, at the end of the day, summing up what a lot of coaches feel and what a lot of our membership feels. I think, at the same time, it's just been the competition committee trying to put into place something that works for everybody and addresses the concerns that people may have a problem with, in particular, the unintended consequences that can come with being too aggressive. The slippery slope argument must always be overcome in these debates. It's the one that wonders if you allow challenges on non-calls for pass interference, where will it stop? What's next? No one wants to stray far from the clear and obvious standard that replay is designed to address. Garrett declined several attempts to publicly discuss what he said to the membership. But he and the other coaches had lunch brought in Monday as they spent nearly 2 hours on the topic of replay. The competition committee spent countless hours looking at tape and discussing the issue heading into the annual meeting. They met again Monday and had a proposal that would allow coaches to challenge offensive and defensive pass interference, but stopped short of extending that to non-calls. After Garrett and others spoke up Tuesday morning, the competition committee reconvened. Jones emerged from the hour-and-a-half meeting and spoke briefly to a small group of reporters. You know, this has been a challenge, Jones said. After landing the dad joke, he continued. At the end of the day, there's been a lot of work put into this, Jones said. I think everybody has done a good job of listening to ideas and ways to improve our game. Certainly, when you have a mistake as big as the one was in the New Orleans game, you certainly are looking for ways to improve on that, and have that not happen again. There was a strong feeling among the competition committee that any rule change would have to operate within the system and parameters in place. No one wanted replay to become too invasive, for teams to be granted too many challenges. That's why the number of challenges remains the same. All the league has done is expand what can be challenged. I think we got it right, Payton said. The league did, for now, but everyone knows another issue will arise down the road. You are never going to be perfect, Jones said. You are never going to fix everything. I am sure we are going to be sitting here sometime soon where you are going to be addressing another issue, but that is part of the world we live in. Wonder what Jones and Garrett will have to say then. Twitter, @DavidMortimer.